You've been lied to. The law of attraction is incomplete. And if you don't understand this missing piece, you will keep on manifesting the same problems over and over again. Because manifestation or attraction isn't about what you want, it's about who you are. And by the end of this video, you will understand why some people manifest effortlessly while others try for so many years without seeing any change. And I'll show you the exact shift that actually brings change. And with that being said, let's get into the video of the day. Before we can understand the real shift or the incomplete thing that we don't learn about attraction, we have to understand the main underlying problem. And to do that, we have to understand the main narrative. Now, the main narrative is that people have been taught to mainly focus so much on techniques, whereby people think that if they simply have positive thoughts, they practice affirmations, they create vision boards, they visualize, this is what brings about attraction. But no, these things are important, but they are not the most important thing. Why? Because it's not really about what you do or the actions you take. It's about the identity that you are embodying behind the action. Let me give you this example. So let's say you are a salesperson and you are pitching an idea to a client, but deep down you are unsure of this idea. You are unsure of this pitch. You are somehow unconfident. What's going to happen is the prospect is going to see that there is some level of insincerity in you. The prospect will see something in you, because people actually read energy, and most of the times is you will not close any deals. Why? Because even if you're doing everything right, even if you're handed a sales script on your hand, but you don't understand that it's all about identity, it's all about who you are, not what you do, you won't make any change. So that being said, let's now go to the missing piece, which is the self-concept. Now this is very, very important, because you don't attract what you want, you attract what your identity is, or you attract who your identity is. So the self-concept is mainly the subconscious identity of who you are. That is what the self-concept is, your subconscious identity. And what is an identity? An identity is simply a collection of ideas that you have accepted as being true. So the ideas you've been collecting as being true, doesn't matter the ideas, that is what, or those are the things that constitute of your identity. So let's tie neuroscience a bit in order for you to understand this. Your brain actually filters reality depending on who you believe you are. That's how your brain filters reality. So this means that you don't see opportunities, you see what confirms who you are. When things happen or when opportunities arises, even if you've been doing your affirmations, even if you've been doing your visualizations, you won't see these opportunities. Why? Because your identity is not in alignment with those opportunities. So you end up sabotaging yourself. Another thing, you have to understand that your brain prefers familiarity over fantasy. This means that when you are presented with opportunities, or when things are happening unto you, your brain will go to its stored information. It will look at how you've been reacting to events in your life, on how you've been handling certain amounts of money in your life, and then that's how it's going to act. It won't act as how you think or how you believe that you're supposed to react. It looks on familiarity. That is really, really why self-concept is very important. Now, since you've understood that the self-concept is very important, now let us go now to the practical shift that you have got to do in order for you to now tune into your desired self-concept. And we will break down this practical shift into 3 main points, or 3 main steps. So step number 1, you've got to stop asking. Stop asking, how do I get it? And start asking, who would I have to become in order for me or I to have this? Who would I have to become? It's not about how, it's all about who would I have to become. That is how you have to ask yourself. Because in order for you to have something, first you must become. Okay? When you become, you will then do, and then you will have. If you have not yet become, you won't take the inspired action and you won't have. So the first thing to know is not about having or doing, It's all about becoming. So the question is, who would I have to become? Who would I have to be? Or what would I have to become in order for me to actually do this? That's the step one. Step two, you have to ask yourself, what is your dominant emotional baseline? What do you experience most of the time? Is it anxiety? Is it unworthiness? Is it self-doubt? What you feel most of the time, or your dominant emotional signature, creates your identity signature or identity energetic signature. So what you feel most of the time is what creates your identity signature. So you have to audit that, and to do that you have to be in the present. You have to realize, what do you mostly feel all the time? Is it anxiousness? Is it fear? Is it whatever it is? You have to note that. Then step 3, this is where now the shift happens. We call it identity embodiment. Identity embodiment. Now, you have to understand one thing. Your nervous system has to feel safe in order for you to attract whatever you want in your life. If your nervous system feels unsafe, you will naturally sabotage anything that comes in your path. So that's why you find when someone who was previously poor wins a lottery, what happens is their nervous system is not used to having such amounts of money. So that means their nervous system is unfamiliar with that event. So they end up sabotaging themselves. They end up overspending. They end up doing some things that bring them back to their financial levels where their subconscious feels, or their nervous system feels safe. So in order for you to step into your desired state, your nervous system has got to feel safe. And in order for your nervous system to feel safe, your body must be relaxed. Your body must be calm. That's another important point to remember. Your body must feel relaxed. Your body must feel calm. So what do? You have to slow down breathing. Slow down breathing. Okay? That is the first thing to do in order to calm down your body. The other thing to do in order to calm down your body is you have to sit still for 2 to 3 minutes. This is also another word for meditation. Start practicing mindfulness, meditation. Just sit still somewhere without any stimulation. No television, no social media, no scrolling, no doing nothing, just sitting still. Whenever you're sitting still, you're actually entering into the present moment. You're actually relaxing the body. You're actually just putting the body at rest, which is very important. The other thing to do, you have got to remove urgency. Don't be rushing. Don't remove the rashness of things. Remove that urgency of doing things. Take things slow. When things are slowed down, the emotional states comes down, stress levels go down. Those are ways in which you can do what? You can calm your body in order to start making your nervous system to actually feel safe. Okay? And now, this is now the final step in order for you to achieve this identity embodiment. You ask this question: if I had what I desire, how would I act? How would I think? And how would I feel? If I were in possession of whatever it is that I want to attract, how would I be? How would my state of being actually be? And then if you know how you would act, start taking small progressive actions or alignment towards that state. And in order for you to boost this process, you have to find proof, because the brain loves to find proof of things. So the more proofs you have that you are moving in the right direction, the more your brain begins to accept this idea as something which is familiar or something which is part of the identity. So find small wins and then add them as being proof that you're actually moving onto the right path. And that is simply how you now incorporate that incomplete task in order for the law of attraction to actually be complete. So most of you are going to watch this video, feel inspired, and go back to being the same people that you were. But if you actually want to shift at the core so that you can bring important or massive change into your life, I work privately with a small group of people. And in those sessions, we teach or we build clarity, we teach present moment awareness, we teach taking inspired action and mastering detachment, so that you can start seeing changes in your life rather than just consuming information over and over again. If you feel you're ready to work with me, the link or the email, my email account is in the description box. Shoot me a text and I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay awakened.